How's it going, everybody? Rybrad here today, and we are back with our Vancouver Canucks franchise mode. And if you guys remember in the last one, we did the offseason and we went into free agency with the expectation of needing to improve our decor, and we got that done for sure. Our forward lines are looking like Panarin, Horvat, Kane, Dalian, Granlund, Goldobin, Lehkonen, Pettersson, who's actually growing quite well for us. He's 22-82 two-way forward, so hopefully we'll see him overtake Granlund for that second-line center role by the end of the season. I'm really hoping Elias Pettersson does grow well for us. Brock Besser on the wing there as well. Boucher, Radek Faksa here, and then Jake Virtanen. So a guy like Arturi Lehkonen, we said, is still on a short leash. I mean, I only have him for one more year. He could be trade bait at the deadline if we need to move him for somebody. And if somebody down in the AHL, a guy like Comtois or maybe even Cole Lind, perhaps even gone, somebody down there has a good year, he could be moved then as well. And then defensively, as you guys know, we went out and acquired Kevin Shattenkirk, $6.5 million for 2 seasons. He is already 32, so he's not going to be around too much longer, but he's still going to be a crucial part if we are going to get back to the Stanley Cup Finals. Oli Juolevi and Anthony DeAngelo, those two guys have been tremendous for us. Oli Juolevi has grown quite a bit for us, and DeAngelo's potential actually went up, so that's pretty cool. We signed Roland McEwen as well to just give us that top 6 defenseman, who's pretty good defensively actually, so I don't expect this guy to do poorly, especially playing with the other defensive defenseman in Eric Goodbranson. And then obviously in goal, you guys know we have Thatcher Demko and backup Jacob Markstrom, who we had to pay a little bit more to have him come back. He wants to go be a starter somewhere else, but he is listed as a backup goaltender, and I'm totally okay with Jacob Markstrom becoming our backup of the future. Down in the AHL, nobody too important. I put Rogalski on that third line there, just because he's medium elite. Dunkley will be playing medium top 9. Petrus Palmu here, actually no, it's Jonah Gadjevich here, medium top 9 right winger. Defensively, Brisebois, Subban, and then, yeah, some decent players down here. But we'd still need to focus on our defensive core. Hopefully we can maybe acquire a top draft pick or a top draft player, so we can shore up the defensive core, because there's not a lot of great defensive prospects, a lot of low-level defensive prospects. But in this one, guys, I want to maybe get up to January 1st. We'll go month by month and see how we're doing. I might have to shut her down if at the end of November here if this team is not doing too hot. But I expect us to get to the end of December in this one. But we'll have to see. Hopefully Roland McEwen back there. I know he's a 78. It's a little bit scary, but his defensive ratings are actually pretty nice. And a guy like Kevin Shattenkirk should be able to help out the power play without a doubt and provide some more offense for those middle lines, because our second defensive pairing was always our defensive pairing. But now we have Hutton, who's pretty good defensively, with the offensive defenseman in Kevin Shattenkirk, and hopefully Oli Juolevi can get a pretty good jump playing with what's his face up there, Anthony DeAngelo. DeAngelo's been a very, very nice acquisition. I can't even remember what we traded for him, but I know the Rangers came in with a trade offer that I just simply couldn't refuse, and he's become a staple. I don't know why they got rid of him. I guess they had too many defensemen, and they wanted to get rid of all their defensemen. I remember they were offering me like 2 or 3 defensemen, but we took Anthony DeAngelo, and it's made our team better since. Unfortunately, last year we got swept out of the playoffs, and I demanded that the team be changed somewhat. And there were some decent changes, a guy like Shattenkirk coming in, but a lot of the forward core remained largely the same. So maybe we start looking to move a guy like Evander Kane or Nikolai Goldobin. I'd probably rather move Kane over Goldobin, because that would give Dalian a chance on the first line, even though he's still listed as a second line forward. Goldobin, I don't really foresee him growing a lot higher than an 83 overall, and his contract is starting to get pretty large, so I could always trade him away for somebody younger, maybe with the same amount of potential, maybe the same overall, somebody older. I don't know what I would trade him for. But hopefully I don't have to worry about that, as let's go ahead and get started with this season simulation here. I believe it's year number 5. I want to say it's year number 5, or it's year number 4, something like that. Anyway, all right, so let's go ahead and go through the first month here. I mean, this team, I don't expect us to be bad. Okay, a 5-2 win. I expect us to be very, very good offensively. Again, our defensive core is still something I'd like to improve, but it's certainly better than the years past. The year we made the Stanley Cup Finals, I was surprised that we even made it there. It was really on the hot hand of Thatcher Demko, who had a little bit of a down year last year, so we're hoping he bounces back with a pretty good season for us this year, just because he did not play to the level that we expected him to, and we're not going to go anywhere if Thatcher Demko doesn't play lights out, because we just don't have the star power on the team. And Nikolai Goldobin is injured with a sore foot, which means now we have to call somebody up from the minors. which isn't terrible. We got Gaunce. Yeah, we can call Gaunce up. We'll go ahead here. Edit lines. We'll just hit best lines. I think they might move Pettersson up there. No, they'll move Besser up there. You know what? I want Pettersson on that line. DeLeon. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing here with the lines. I just don't know. All right, so there we go. That is fine. Defensively, yep, we knew that's going to be like that. Shattenkirk and D'Angelo, Ole, Olavian, Hutton, DeLeon, Besser, Kane, Granlund. All right, so they put Marcus Granlund up there. I'd rather see Evander Kane up there because we know he can be pretty good with that first-line power play time, so there we go. Best lines down here in the minors. Not too worried about what's going on down there. I think we got everybody we want playing, and there we go. So that was just a quick line change, and it's going to be a good year for rookies, so maybe we can find ourselves a gem, because I think that's going to be kind of draft style we're going to have to go after now, is finding the gems, more so than finding the surefire top end guys. Defenseman 3 weeks. We're not going to get a top 10 pick, and I don't think I am ever going to have the draft capital to move up for one, unless we trade away some of our top guys and just hope, or we don't really have anybody in the system that's ready to make the jump right now, so I'd be a little bit hesitant of trading away one of our top 6 players. So let's see here. 7-3 after the first month. I'm not going to make any other changes. We're just going to go ahead and keep the simulation rolling. 7-3-0, and we go up against the Devils, who are 7-7 and we lose to them. Of course, the Pittsburgh Penguins are pretty good, and then I just like the feature that they tell me now when he's fully ready to go back. Best lines. And son of a bitch, they always scratch Elias Pettersson. I do not know why. Pettersson is very good, and I don't know why you would ever scratch him. Gaunce, we're going to send Gaunce down because I know Jake Virtanen here. I think he's still got room to grow. Yeah, he's actually got a little bit more room to grow, but I'd rather, I don't foresee him becoming that top 6 potential, unfortunately. Best lines here. Goldobin, get your ass down there on the second line. Lehkonen for DeLeon. Pettersson for Lehkonen, Boucher for Lehkonen. There we go. Then I think that's all we needed to do for the forward lines. Pittsburgh, a solid 4-2 win, so we are 2-1 on the season, wins per loss ratio, and I will take that. If that can stand up for the rest of the season, that's a tremendous ratio, and that's one that's definitely going to get us into the playoffs. And this is a team that I'm not worried about making the playoffs or not. This is a team I'm worried about how are we going to do when we make the playoffs, and potentially seeding. Seeding is very important because I'd rather have the easiest path to the Stanley Cup that we can, versus having to go through our own division again, because that really kind of sucked, having to play some teams in our own division, because we got some pretty good opponents. I mean, the Ducks still have a good roster. They're getting up there in age, though, so that's not... they shouldn't be around too much longer, but back-to-back shootout losses. Wow, 3 straight shootout. Can we make it a perfect week of all shootouts? And we won't, but it will still be a close game. A 3-2 victory over the Winnipeg Jets, Dallas Stars, and Tampa Bay. A road trip there a little bit. And 2-1 win followed by a 2-1 loss. Not too terrible, but like I was saying, guys, I'd rather not go through our division, because there are teams that have great players that will play, and Radek Faksa injured with an MCL sprain. That's not good. He'll be back in a few days, though, so I'm not too worried about it. I'll just call up Gaunce again. He'll be bouncing up and down probably a lot through the season. He's more of our 7th player, I would say. Best lines, and we know what to do here. Lehkonen down, Kane up, and let's see. We put Pettersson up for Boucher, who can play center, and it can be Gaunce that can play center. There we go. And Ottawa now, 3-2 shootout win. I will take that. Any kind of points we can get. I'm all worried about points, not necessarily the record, because I know the record is going to be pretty good anyway. But here at the December 1st, which is the RFA deadline, we are 16-7-2. This probably is going to be a quick video, just because I still want to gauge your guys' opinions on what we still need to do. And look at that, guys. We are first in our division, but Calgary does have 2 games in hand on us, so not clear by any stretch, and I want to know what you guys think this team might need or what I can move to go ahead and make this team even better. But let's go ahead and see who is performing for us and who is not. Looks like D'Angelo is playing quite well for us. Let's go to forwards, though. Marcus Granlund, Goldobin. Okay, so Granlund and Goldobin are both playing. They seem to like playing with each other, I guess. Do they, they don't have any kind of chemistry together. But Kane, Horvat's having a very disappointing season. Not happy about that one. Besser, pretty good season for Besser. He hasn't grown the way I hoped he would. DeLeon on that second line, I'd like to see him be a little bit better there. Lehkonen with 8 points. Elias Pettersson with only 6. Fox has actually got 8. So that's forwards as far as defensemen, not centers. Sorry, guys. Yeah, Kevin Shattenkirk there. How many points of his are on the power play? So yeah, he's got 5 points. He's our leading power play point getter. Him and D'Angelo are leading the team in points, which leaves Oli Uolevi to go ahead and play that two-way defenseman role, like is his as said. He can jump up with D'Angelo, or he can play the defensive side of things. Hutton, and then good Branson and McEwen, both a good plus-minus there. And his goaltending, I think I saw, oh my God, Jacob Markstrom in 3 games has been fantastic. Thatcher Demko, not as good as I've been hoping, guys. He's not performing as well as we've seen he can in the past, so I don't know what it is. I don't know if with a better team he just gets a little bit lax, or the team gets lax. I don't know what it is. But like I said, we are safe to go another month, and then I will gauge your guys' interest, and I will show you guys the trade block and see who's out there. So let's go up to January 1st, because I can wait until the trade deadline if you guys think that I should wait, and if I seriously need to make a push or something, we can go after somebody. You guys let me know what I should do. Should I trade it January 1st? Should I trade at the deadline, or should I just not trade at all? And if you guys are one of those people that think I should trade, I'll show you guys the trade block now, and I'll also check the trade block if you say we should not trade until the trade deadline. So, this team is very, very good right now. I expect us to be one of the top dogs in the Western Conference. It's very deep all around, and I think we got a lot of good players on all sides of the puck. Offense, defense, and especially goaltending. I think that's our strongest suit, although it certainly hasn't proven to be our strongest asset, because Thatcher Demko, another season under, I'd like to, okay. So he's out for a week. That is not good. He's out for the next, 5 games, which is not very good for our prospects, which is why, thank goodness, I've kept Jacob Markstrom. Edit lines, I'm just going to replace him. That's not going to take too long. Just because it's the goaltending. I hate line changes. Markstrom, look at that. He's happy because of his play, so good for him. Godluck can go ahead, come up and play for us there. Beautiful. And no, he currently has no concerns. Awesome. Best lines down there in the AHL. Michael DiPietro now gets a chance to start. A 3-0 shutout win, so I don't know if Demko got the shutout there or Markstrom. A 4-1 win there, so only 1 goal against in 2 games without Thatcher Demko. At Chicago, okay, we got a little bit lit up there. 4 goals against. 4 goals against again. This is where this goaltending starts to worry me against these teams. And Thatcher Demko, thankfully, is back and ready to go. So, Gauntz now, okay, is Radek Faksa, yeah, he's still out, so he'll be back soon, though. I'm almost positive about that. It said he was out until, I think, December 28th, so we're pretty close to that. That should be the end of the video, though, when I show you guys the lines and everything. But 21-11-3, I'd really like to see us, yeah, there we go, there's 2 shootout wins. Radek Faksa is back, so that's beautiful. I'll just have him replace Gauntz, and I'll leave Gauntz up here, but I'll keep Gauntz scratched, just because I have a feeling that we'll have another injury or 2 popping up, and we're going to need to sub him back in at some point. But Minnesota, that's a 3-1 loss against Nashville, who's a pretty decent team. Let's test ourselves here, and a 3-2 overtime loss, but at least we got a point. So we are 22-12-4 at January 1st. As far as top player, again, Artemi Panarin, that signing in free agency is really paying off, and the Calgary Flames are holy shit. 27-7-1. They are flying. So I don't want to say it's out of reach, but they are just absolutely tearing up the league. They had John Tavares, didn't they? Yeah, I want to go see Calgary's lines, because their team is just absolutely nuts right now. I wonder what their contract situation is looking like over there in Calgary. But let's see. Goudreau, Monahan, Pritchett, Clarence Pritchett. He was taken in the 2nd draft and pick number 3 overall. Yeah, he's definitely panning out for them. Matthew Tkachuk, Sam Bennett, and Kyle Oposo. Okay, so they went after Kyle Oposo in free agency. Oh, I think the Devils went after John Tavares, not the Flames. I keep getting that confused. Klimchuk, Backlund, and Grossman, and then Lazar, Melker, Carlson, and Jankowski. All right, so it's not as dominant as a team as I had envisioned in my mind, although that first line is just absolutely dirty. How many points are these guys? Yeah, these guys are putting up a ton of points. Defensively, Dougie Hamilton, they got Drew Doughty as well. TJ Brody and Mark Pysyk, although Mark Pysyk seems to be a little bit upset, so I could even go after a guy like Mark Pysyk instead of Roland McEwen, because Pysyk is probably not a 78 overall top 4 defenseman, so he's probably somebody that I could go after who's pretty pissed off right now because his morale is pretty low. Travis Hamonic and then Rasmus Anderson. Who do they have? Is Scratch. They have Sissons and Jake McCabe. They're just taking all the Sabres. They have Jake McCabe and Kyle Oposo. Interesting. So Jake McCabe is Scratch there. And then they have Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, a medium elite. Did they trade with the Sabres or something? Because that's another Sabres prospect. And then Tyler Parsons is their goalie. So interesting to see what the Calgary Flames are doing there. Like, Oposo, McCabe, and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen are all members of the Sabres. I don't know if these guys were on the team before the season started. I'm actually going to go check the trades to see if they made a trade this season. But, yeah, a guy like Mark Pysyk, if he's listed as roll top 4, he's probably not a 78 overall, and he could certainly replace Roland McEwen and shore up that defensive core, and I think it would make us an even better team. But let me go. Is there a transaction report? No, it's under league. Here we go. Activity feed. We'll see trades, player and pick trading. Nobody's traded anybody, so no waiver claims. All right, that's just injuries. NHL team. Yeah, no, that's interesting. So unless they made a trade in a previous year, and I was not privy to the fact that they made this trade. But let's go ahead and check out the trading block of other teams, who they are willing to give away. I'm kind of sold on the whole go after Mark Pysyk because he's upset thing, and he's just because he's a better option than Roland McEwen. Although I don't know, McEwen hasn't been playing poorly. Let's see here, some prospects here to go after. Cousins is basically it. We'll go ahead and sort by overall instead, just to see, because we're not necessarily looking for prospect. The Boston Bruins, just prospects. Buffalo wants to give up Nathan Beaulieu, so there's another option. Zach Bogosian and his... Oh, he's got two... Jesus, they got 2 guys on bad contracts here, and then Dahlback. But no, the Sabres, I mean, I would be willing to take on that contract, but I don't know if I want those 2 players on that contract. Calgary here. See, Mark Pysyk, he's on 3 years at $5.5 million. He's probably better than both of those players from the Sabres, and that's a pretty good trade value. I mean, we'd have to give up somebody like Artturi Lehkonen and a pick, maybe a third or a third round pick potentially, a third or a fourth round pick. Throw in a 4th and a 7th there as well, and you might be able to get that trade to go through. Actually, maybe just a 4th gets that one through. Lehkonen a 4th for Pysyk. I do like that trade because Artturi Lehkonen is just kind of there, and that would keep Gauntz up all season. But we'll keep going through here, seeing the players that they are willing to give away. Mark Pysyk, not a bad option in my opinion, though, just because it would change of scenery could do him good. Green, no thanks. And Nisimov here, that's not a bad depth player. Same thing with Chason. 1 year left, very, very low trade value, so he could be a 4th or 3rd liner for us. Oh my god, Gabriel Landeskog is upset, yet he still has ridiculous trade value. Oh my god, same thing with Matt Duchene. Chad Ruedel is yeah, that's not something I'm going after. But look at this. Matt Duchene and Landeskog. So Landeskog with that, he's upset. He's an 82. Now would be the time to strike if you wanted to go get him. But to get him, you'd probably have to give up Rogalski or Reginald Connolly. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to giving up Reginald Connolly for Gabriel Landeskog. I mean, he's exact elite. He's a first-line forward. He's just pissed off right now. I mean, that's one of our top elite prospects. Let's see here. All skaters. Who are they looking? Yeah, they're looking at either Rogalski. I want to keep Rogalski. He's 67 already at 21. But Reginald Connolly is 63 at the age of 22. So you'd like to see him be a little bit better than that. So I'm not opposed to this trade and the Pysyk trade. But yeah, so I'd probably have to throw something else in this trade. It doesn't look that even, but let me know what you guys are thinking, because holy shit, what the hell? They're 8-23-6. Yeah, I can see why they'd be pissed off. Oh my god. All right, so that's interesting. All right, now we're back to a little bit of reality here. Sam Gagne, reader, not bad. No, oh Jesus, they're on fire. Well, Detroit's always in rebuild mode. Jesus, Zetterberg, yeah, he's 41. Good God, he's still going. Cogliano, not bad. I'm still thinking about that Gabriel Landeskog trade, guys. I'm not opposed to it. Or I could go after Duchene and get one of their picks, maybe a second-round pick or something like that from him. Holy shit, Smith, I've never seen that face ever. That is the most angry face I have ever seen, ever. Oh my god. I'd still rather have Pysyk over Schmidt, but Schmidt might be able to get, just like for a 7th round pick, and see what we get there. Just a little bit of a change of scenery. But maybe a lot of trades to come for us, guys. Muzzin's on the trade block, but that's a lot of trade value. Alec Martinez as well. 4 years left, though. He's already 34. Minnesota Wild don't want to give up anybody. The Montreal Canadiens want to give up Carl Alzner. How many years left on his contract? There's some players on the trade block, though. That's what I like to see, is a lot of players on the trade block that would help us out, and players that we can actually go ahead and get For ourselves, the Islanders, Gustav Nyquist, Joel Armia, listed as a third-line checking forward, could be a depth guy, maybe straight up for Artturi Lehkonen, who's underperforming, and he's cheaper than Lehkonen anyway. You guys let me know there, but there's a lot of players in here that we could go ahead and go after. We could go ahead and go after Daniel Sedin, just give him like a 7th and 3 years for Daniel Sedin. Just bring him back just because. Ottawa Senators, Marco Scandella, not too great of a defenseman though. Yeah, nope, just prospects here. Let's see here. Sharks, we'll sort by overall there. Burmistrov, yeah, we've had our time with him. Oh my god. They want to give up this medium elite 19-year-old defenseman. Wu as well, a 21-year-old defenseman, medium top 4. Still, there's other trades out there that I think are better. Nobody from the Lightning that I really want to go get. Nikita Zaitsev is pretty upset. He's listed as a top 4 defenseman. Again, I still think the Pysyk trade is better. But you guys let me know. I'm still leaning on those trades. Vegas, nope. Nobody from Vegas. Lucas Johansson, not really looking like he's going to grow, so I don't want to go ahead and take him on and hope for something. In Winnipeg, oh my god, Nikolai Ehlers is so pissed off. But man, there's another guy that is just absolutely furious that we could go ahead and acquire for one of our players here. I mean, even a guy like Granlund, I'd probably have to give up more than Granlund to get a guy like that. But still, I mean, we're looking in the same range here. I mean, Reginald Connolly, again, probably could get us, Nikolai Ehlers and maybe a pick that would put us over the league maximum salary cap. Shoot, that's the only thing I'm worried about is trading away when you trade away Connolly. I don't know. You guys let me know, and then there we go. So those are all the players. Let's see. Who do we want to... maybe Mark Pysyk from the Flames. Maybe Gabriel Landeskog from the Colorado Avalanche. And then anybody else that I think... I don't remember anybody else that I was really sold on here. There were some players that I was like, maybe Nikita Zaitsev, maybe Nikolai Ehlers, perhaps. But you guys let me know, because there's a lot of potential with these trades. There's a lot of players on the trade block, guys, and I'm kind of looking to make a move to shake up this franchise. We've had some of the same players for a few years now, and I think this franchise, to put us over the edge, we might need a little bit of a shake-up, but look at Panarin still doing work for us. He needs a little bit of help, though. Maybe we get him some help in the form of Nikolai Ehlers or in the form of Gabriel Landeskog. Evander Kane up there as well, doing well. Granlund. Horvat is still having a very, very disappointing season, so... maybe Granlund goes up to the first line. I don't even know. But if we got a guy like Nikolai Ehlers, that would sure up the first line, maybe help Horvat a little bit. Or even if we got a guy like Landeskog does the same thing. I mean, Duchesne is another option. Artturi Lehkonen, yeah, nobody's really having a great season as far as point-wise, though. Although Shattenkirk and D'Angelo are having great years. As far as goaltending here, Demko's still not playing at the level we want, and Jacob Markstrom is just having a great time as the backup of this team. But anyway, guys, there's a lot of trades that we could possibly make, and a lot of options for once. Usually the trade block doesn't have a lot of guys that I think we should go ahead and get, but there are some decent options out there, guys. So we need to... I want to win the division. We're pretty much solid in the playoffs right now. We're 7 points ahead of the Kings with 2 games in hand on them. So potentially 11 points ahead of them right now. Halfway through the season, though, nothing is a guarantee, but I'm feeling confident about our playoff chances. It's just when we get to the playoffs or the seeding, I'd like to give us the best chance possible. So you guys let me know your thoughts down in the comments section. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.